Father Brian Jordan remembers the days after September 11, 2001, where in the midst of debris and devastation, a rescue worker at Ground Zero discovered steel beams in the shape of a cross. For the many firefighters, police officers, and family members of victims asking, where was God after 9/11? Father Jordan would point them to that cross.
God is in that cross. This is a sign of hope.
Today, that cross is known the world over and has found a permanent home at the 9/11 Memorial and Museum. And now, 18 years later, survivors and victims' family members have another physical sign of hope, a sign that those who died from 9/11 related illnesses in the years following the terrorist attacks will not be forgotten. Earlier this year, the 9/11 Memorial and Museum opened the Memorial Glade. It's a new site designed to pay tribute to those who continue to suffer and to the memory of those who have died since the attacks. Nearly 3,000 people were killed during the September 11th attacks on the World Trade Center in 2001, but by 2024, it's estimated that more individuals will have died from exposures to toxins and other hazardous materials during the resulting recovery efforts than from the attack itself. The Memorial Glade opened in May and is made of stones that weigh between 13 and 18 tons each. It's become a place of solace for families who still suffer from the attacks, many of whom are not often thought of as September 11th victims, since they died in the years following 9/11.
We have to remember them because they served and they're giving the ultimate sacrifice for our country as well.
Father Jordan isn't the only clergy member who's grateful for the new memorial. Rabbi Joseph Potasnik has served as chaplain to the FDNY since 1999, and he says that the Glade is a sign of continued hope and perseverance in the face of tragedy.
We were all there together. I stood with a Monsignor, with a Reverend, with an Imam. All the people who participated, different faiths became one family.
On this 18th anniversary, Amy Weinstein, Director of Collections and Senior Oral Historian of the 9/11 Memorial and Museum, says that understanding the role these religious leaders played as first responders remains an essential part of that story.
It's not something that always rises to the surface, but there were pastors, ministers of pretty much every faith down here from the beginning and throughout the 9 months of the rescue and the recovery.
And for these religious leaders, the Memorial Glade is both a fitting way to remember the past and to look to the future.
Remembrance is something that all of our faith traditions stress. Remembrance is an integral part of our faith, but it's not enough to remember.
Christopher White, Currents News.